Thanks for staying with us. We're starting with the nation as usual. Senate House begin work on 49.7 trillion naira 2025 budget estimates. Troops ISWAP in bloody Borno battle. China virus NCDC reactivates COVID-19 protocols. EFCC sacks 27 operatives for fraud and misconduct. Court orders Okpebolo, Assembly orders to remain status quo on Edo councils. Makinde insists on prosecution of Oni's ex-wife Hamzat and others. Federal government revives bid to float national carrier. Okay, which story are we starting with?
The good news. The federal government has announced plans to establish a national carrier before the end of President Bola Tinubu's tenure. This should have been done since yesterday, but we're happy.
If we know that we've read this article,
Exactly.
this type of headline.
This headline,
exact headline. How many years we've been on this table?
Times.
We've read this thing, but let us
This is
fingers crossed.
2025.
Okay,
We're positive.
let us trust. So yeah, go
The
ahead.
new permanent secretary in the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Dr. Ibrahim Kana, announced this yesterday in Abuja after the outgoing permanent secretary had handed over the ministry's documents over to him. He said that he got two clear instructions from the president that he should collaborate with the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Kayamo, to establish a national carrier and improve the security of the airports. He also said that his first task is to make sure that we have a carrier and that he's working day and night to make sure this happens. And that secondly, all our airports across the country needs to be sanitized. I think this Dirty December also showed them what happens at the airport, and the airports across board needs needs
well, but everybody that went to the airport enjoy the airport unless something else.
No, you can't.
The airport's speed of
not the international one.
International,
not just international.
Okay.
When you not like the national, when you want you to go to your village.
Okay, the local one, yeah.
There's the local one.
There's a lot.
Because I know that the international is getting better.
Yeah, of course,
Definitely getting better.
Of course.
Okay, nation.
Yes, I was going to take the story of this happened, sad story. The Oyo State Governor was speaking at the interdenominational service for the new year, and he said that many people have reached out to him concerning the stampede that took place in Oyo, where sadly 35 lives were lost. And he said he has told them, people told him that this thing happened in Anambra and nobody was arrested. It happened in Abuja, nobody was arrested. And he has said to anybody that they should not come and meet him again, that because in Oyo, the rule of law will be implemented, that he's not against these people getting bail, that is the Queen Naomi Shile Kunola, as well as Alaji Oriyomi Hamzat, that's the owner of the radio station, and the principal of the school, Bashir Abdullahi Fasisi. The three of them are currently were detained, and he was saying he's not against them getting bail. His only statement is they will be prosecuted and justice must be served, that he doesn't care if in the past justice never got served, but in this particular incident, it will be served, that they've had two incidents, major incidents that happened in Oyo. Earlier in the year, they had the explosion in Bodija that rocked Bodija, and that they are pursuing that case. And this second one that happened at the end of the year, they'll pursue the case as well. Long and short is, go and meet the governor to ask for help in releasing them. Go to court is what the governor is saying.
Okay, another story.
Yeah, so I have the story of the bloodbath in Borno battle between the Hatlin Kai and the Islamic State West African province. And the story is quite short on the nation. We had to read more on Tribune. And they said that the terrorists had ambushed the troops in Sabongari, Damboa local government area of Borno State, leading to a 2-hour gun battle. They were in their camp, and they said even their trucks and everything were around them. Then the Islamic State West Africa province people just attacked them, burnt their camp, burnt their vehicles, confiscated some of their guns, and then, and started shooting. But before they could, the soldiers got up and were able to retaliate. It had already gone far. And on Tribune, they said they lost 7 of them. But on the nation, they are saying that an inquiry has been set up to confirm the details of what transpired, and after which I provide the details in due course. That is the Major General Edward Buba saying this.
Okay. I have the story from the NCDC. So the Nigeria Center for Disease Control declared yesterday that Nigeria is not at risk yet of the human metapneumovirus. That's the HMPV infection that is in China. So right now, it says according to the story, in China, thousands of people estimated, especially children, have been hospitalized due to this infection. The center, apart from its advisory, also called also introduced the COVID-19-like protocols at the airports and borders. It listed the measures taken as comprehensive and to ensure that at the points of entries, the HMPV virus, the protocols are followed to make sure it doesn't bring the virus into the country. The NCDC Director-General, DG, Jide Idris said, now following the dynamic risk assessment, the agency, in collaboration with others, is strengthening its all preparedness across all the borders to ensure security of Nigerians. But I mean, this is quite scary because many of us have followed the stories on international media where quite a number of lives have been lost due to this virus, and we're praying it doesn't spread to Nigeria because I'm not sure we have the capacity to handle it at this point. Moving on now to The Punch. New Year message, APC tackles obedience as Obi alleges threat to life. Cult clash, Ayedatiwa declares curfew as mother, baby, ex-youth leader, others are killed. 33 ex-workers sue CBN over sacking and demand for 30 billion naira. JAM generates 22.9 billion naira. Remitted 6 billion to federal government, says board. Woman who cursed Sheyi Tinubu, Inspector General, gets 10 million naira bill. EFCC sacks 27 corrupt officers, probes $400,000 fraud complaint. Trump proposes US-Canada merger as Trudeau resigns. Retirement, top generals get $20,000 medical allowance, bulletproof SUVs and others. And Northwest bandits fleeing to Oyo, Makinde cries out. Okay, let's take one story here.
So about 33 ex-workers of the CBN, they were dismissed. Their termination took place last year, and they have all taken the case to court. They made the case they are making is the fact that the process of their termination was not constitutional. They said that they didn't get a right to fair hearing, and that their rights were violated. They said that the Nigerian labor law, that is the CBN, breached the Nigerian labor law and their contractual agreements. They also said the group of them, represented by the Stephen Ghana, Kabiru, and others, have gotten a class action lawsuit, and they argue that the termination process carried out through the latter reorganization and human capital restructuring that took place in April 2024 contravened the CBN human resources policy and the procedural manual, and they are asking for compensation to be made to them for the fact that they have lost their jobs.
Okay, let's go on a very short break now. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.